here comes this new series on USA Network, Unsolved. Tell everybody about this, Mike, and what is your role in this film?
Yeah, sure. Sure, it's actually, coincidentally, I'm actually standing on the Unsolved set as I speak, because we're doing a big night shoot tonight. We're doing a big night shoot tonight. I just showed up for call time. So my role right now, we're shooting the pilot episode, which is the first episode, and I am a technical consultant on it. Basically, I'm in charge of making sure that things are as authentic as possible. And I got to hand it to Universal Cable, the production company, and USA Network. They're trying to keep everything as authentic as they possibly can. I mean, even down to like what shoes guys were wearing. They've gone out and got them, you know? So they've recreated RHD's offices that were used to be at Parker Center in downtown Los Angeles so perfectly. There's even a stuffed boar's head on the wall with the captain's cap on it, just like they had in the real station. So it's like, sometimes I walk in and I see somebody and I go, that's an actor. But it looks, I mean, just like the guy. So they're just doing a hell of a job here. And, you know, Greg Kading's been on the set, I think, almost every day, the detective that this is all, you know, based off of. And I think also really...
him, right?
Yeah, Josh Duhamel is playing Greg Kading. People probably best know him from the Transformers films. Bokeem Woodbine, and incredibly, is playing Greg Kading's partner, Darren Dupree. Bokeem was actually friends with Bokeem was
Gridlock,
friends with Tupac. He was in Gridlock. He was also in I Ain't Mad at You, the video. And he also was at the Vibe party the night that Biggie was killed.
Wow.
So, and as was
there alone.
Yeah, as was one of our big crew members on the set was also there at the party that night. So that's amazing. And then we also have Jimmy Simpson, who was the star of Westworld, is playing the character of Russell Poole.
Wow.
And then because there'll be flashback scenes to some of the original investigations that went on back in the 90s. And lastly, we got Mark Rose, who played Tupac in Straight Outta Compton, is playing Tupac again. And a new guy named Wavy Jones is playing Biggie. And I haven't been here for the days he was on, but apparently he's really incredible. So it's going great.
This is amazing. Now, in the documentary, there is a lot of damning evidence against people. Do you know if they're going to play that out in the series as well?
I think that they'll probably be, you know, somewhat diplomatic, I would say, in the way they present it. But I don't know. I have not, you know, only the pilot script has been written, and the pilot script really just sets everything up. So I don't know yet, you know, how the subsequent episodes would go. But, you know, they're not going to, I just say they're probably not going to be too crazy, but at the same time, it's going to be a really compelling and, you know, entertaining story. But, you know, they're trying to be fair to both Greg Kading's investigation, but also cover the original investigations back in the 90s.
Wow.
So there's a lot of ground to cover, and
Russell Poole's story as well.
Poole's, but also the other detectives that worked on that case. Kelly Cooper, who was the original Wilshire homicide detective that worked on the case, all that stuff, because they intertwine. You know, a lot of the evidence that was found back then came into play a decade later and helped really solve the case. Some of the best evidence they got came from back in the 90s.
Yeah,
so
this sounds like it's going to be an edge-of-your-seat type thing.
It really, really is. And the director of the pilot is Anthony Hemingway, and he was the executive producer and director of the People versus O.J. Simpson, American Crime Stories, that season. So I like to say, I mean, even though we don't know what the whole season's going to look like, I like to say it's kind of like the People versus O.J. Simpson meets Straight Outta Compton.